Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Today we are talking about all the things in 2021. The good, the bad, the ugly, the God I wish this was over coronavirus. Just a disclaimer, I am wearing eyeshadow. I don't wear makeup at all. Got my first ever eyeshadow palette for Christmas from my sister, so that's why my eyes look a little different. So I'm trying to play around with it, experiment. It looks a little weird for this video and I apologize for that. Just deal with it. All the things that happened in 2021. 2021 for me personally was a little better off than 2020. The 2020s are not getting off to a great start. Yeah, but I'm gonna go through all the things that happened. Just talk about them in my thoughts. The good, the bad, the everything. Let's just start off with the elephant in the room. January 6th, 2021. Couldn't even make it 7 days into the new year without shit hitting the fan. Basically, we had a bunch of whiny Trump babies, and they decided to storm the United States of America Capitol. And because of racist policing, there wasn't that many police officers at the Capitol, which is no surprise because white men can get away with anything. White people in general can get away with anything, but mostly white men. Not to start off this political, but that was a big thing that happened at the beginning of this year. So that happened, and for a big chunk of the year, especially in January, my anxiety was at a weird all-time high. My anxiety, my mental health, the beginning of the year was not great. The way the country was going, and then we had the coronavirus, my mental health has not been great. It's better now, but it's not great. But a good thing that happened in January was we got WandaVision. Our first Marvel Disney Plus TV show came out, and oh my god, the fandom, the time that we had WandaVision was an amazing time. The support, the love people have for Wanda as a character. At the end of the year, we had our Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness trailer tease, and the amount of people screaming and freaking out in the theater for Wanda was amazing. January, February, March were WandaVision. They were for Wanda. The amount of love that Wanda now has, the amount of fans Wanda has is amazing to see. I'm so happy she gets the love and recognition that she deserves because I love Wanda so very much. Another thing that happened, I finished Avatar: The Last Airbender. So in December of 2020, I started Avatar: The Last Airbender. Had never seen it before, and I managed to finish it in January, and it is now one of my favorite shows of all time. It is so good. You're doing yourself a disservice by not watching it because it is so amazing. On January 20th, Biden signed in as our new president. February was kind of a turnaround month for me. October through January, I had a sketchbook that I really loved so much, and really for the longest time, I have been a traditional artist all my life, and then in 2018 I got an iPad Pro and I started doing digital art. I wasn't really great at it and I was still kind of working on building up my skills. As February rolled around, I realized that I had a new sketchbook and I wasn't enjoying doing my art in it. I wasn't enjoying the way my traditional art was coming out. I was just not happy with it. And so in February, I wanted to focus more on digital art, doing digital art, figuring out how I wanted to go about that, how I wanted to do digital art my own way. Stopped doing traditional art in February. I thought it was going to be maybe for a week, maybe 2 weeks, a month. Here we are in December, and I have barely done any traditional art from February until now. I'm actually really proud of the way my digital art has progressed. It's not perfect by any means, but I am really happy with the way my sketching is coming out, my line art, my drawing, my coloring, my shading, my highlighting. I am very happy with the way my digital art has come out. I've done so much traditional art, I now want to focus on digital art, and I think that was probably one of the best moves I've ever made in my art career because I think my digital art really got stepped up this year because I took that time to focus more on that, watch a bunch of speed paints, watch tutorials on how to do things. I had so many years of traditional art that I think it was time to focus on my digital art and really make that the focus. Now realizing I used to love traditional art and not like digital art, now I love digital art more than traditional art. I'm really happy with the progress that I've made and the progress that I'm going to continue to make in the years to come. We got a new Sarah J. Maas book, A Court of Silver Flame, which is one of my favorite books of 2021. It's so good. March came around. March was a pretty good month, actually, I would say. WandaVision ended, and WandaVision ending, Wanda finally became the Scarlet Witch. That whole transformation sequence was my everything. Her costume, both in WandaVision and now for Doctor Strange 2, are my favorite MCU costumes of all time. It is beautiful. I've drawn her in that costume about like 24 times because that is my favorite MCU like outfit superhero costume of all time. It is so gorgeous. I love it so much. New Cassandra Clare book, Chain of Iron came out in March. Falcon and the Winter Soldier came out in March, which was such a good show. Toward the end of March, my sister and my dad got their first shot of the vaccine, which was so cool. My sister works in healthcare, so she got it very early, and my dad has like a health problem. He got the ability to get the vaccine, and so it was really awesome to see my sister and my dad get their first shot of the vaccine. We were starting to have like this light at the end of the tunnel, rolling out vaccines. People were able to get them. So exciting to see people being able to get them and just have start of protection against this deadly virus that is still raging across the United States. It's sad to see that we're coming up on the 2-year anniversary, which is crazy to think about. In April, on the 5th of April, it was announced that my age group was able to get the first shot of the vaccine. So on April 5th, I got my first shot of the vaccine. I was sick for about, I think, 2 days after I got the shot, which I don't care. I was just happy to have, like, shot. I was happy to have my first dose of the vaccine. Also in April, I got back into doing acrylic painting. So in 2020, I took up acrylic painting because needing a new, like, hobby to do while we were in quarantine. And so I picked up acrylic painting. And then in 2021, I continued to do acrylic painting. I got back into it. And the first thing I painted was I did a painting of a frog for my cousin. I've never drawn nor painted a frog. Did a painting of a frog, and it turned out amazing. It is one of my favorite paintings, maybe my favorite painting of all time that I've ever done. My cousin loved it. I didn't know how it was gonna go. I had no expectations. I thought it was gonna turn out shitty, but it turned out really great, and I was really happy, and she really liked it. I was like, yay! Ended up getting my second dose of the vaccine on the 26th of April. I was really happy that I was able to get my 2 shots in April and just get it done. And I was just like, yeah, I'm so happy. At the end of April, I opened up art commissions. I opened commissions for the first time ever in 2020 in March. Last year when I opened them, I only got 2 throughout the entire year. Whereas this year, throughout the entire year, I've got a total of 5 commissions, which has been insane and like really exciting because I've never sold my art before. This was really the year of me selling my art. Between having 5 commissions and then I sold 2 paintings and got a painting commission, it was kind of like, whoa, so cool. Like, this is so cool getting to see my art be bought by people. It's just a weird feeling to be like, people want my artwork. My artwork that for so many years I thought was garbage. People want it and like it and they want to commission me. I've had one person commission me 4 times because they really enjoy my art. That has made me really happy. And then in May of this year, we decided to take a trip. We decided to book and figure out a trip that we were going to take in June. Last family vacation we had taken was June of 2019, and we went to Georgia, we went to Kentucky, we went to Tennessee. You know what? By June, we're all going to be vaccinated. Cases seem to be going down a little bit. Let's go for it. We'll be very cautious. May was really just a planning month, getting ready for that. My sister was getting ready to move because in June she moved into her own apartment with her friend. At the end of May, I got a brand new phone, and the only reason I got a new phone at the end of May was because my old phone was because my battery was at 50% and it would just never stay fully charged. The only reason I got a new phone was because of the battery. If my battery was fine, I would never have gotten a new phone. At the beginning of June, my sister moved into her apartment. On the 5th, the 13th of June, we went to Colorado, Utah. It was a very nice trip. I got to see the Rocky Mountain National Park, which is one of my favorite places now of all time. Colorado is a very beautiful place. I love it very much. If I could move to one state in the United States, it would be Colorado. It is so gorgeous out there. Taylor Swift announced her second re-recording because in April, Fearless came out, which is it was so amazing. Fearless was my first ever like taste of Taylor Swift, and so getting to like relive all of those Fearless hits, not to mention all of those vault songs like Mr. Perfectly Fine. Oh my god, is one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs. In June, she announced that she was re-releasing Red, which for me, I'd never heard all of Red before. I'd only heard ever 5 songs, so getting to listen to the majority of Red for the first time ever and have it be her version, and then all the vault songs, oh my god, was so fantastic. Like, Red is such a good album. It's such a good album. In July, I got to do 4th of July with my friends. The Chalk Fest took place again in July. It was at home this year. They said 2022 is going to be in person. I don't know if that's going to be the case with the new variant, but we will see. This year, I recreated one of my paintings for Chalkfest. In August was a really good month, I would say, because it's my birthday month. This year, I turned 24. 3 days before my birthday, I had my friends over, all of my vaccinated friends. We had a small little birthday party for me where we played card games. We had some birthday cake. It was just nice to be able to have my friends over for like a little friend gathering. In August, I went to my first ever ski show on a beach, which was like crazy. It was a really cool time. Really enjoyed it. We got our first ever trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home. There were so many rumors about this movie, who was gonna be in this movie, and so many leaks. Like, this was the year of like Spider-Man like stuff. This was really the year of Spider-Man. The amount of like, oh my god, this is gonna be such a fantastic film. Like, there was so much in this trailer. Like, people were just like ecstatic and like, oh my god. And I was just like, oh my god, this movie is gonna be like everything. It's gonna be the biggest movie of 2021. And it literally is the biggest movie of 2021. It's made over $1 billion at the box office. Mind you, we're still in a pandemic. It's kind of like, whoa. September rolled around, we got our Shang-Chi released, and it is now my second favorite movie of 2021. I love Shang-Chi so much. Simu Liu is fantastic. I want to see more of him, not just as Shang-Chi, but I want to see more of him in other movies. On the 5th, I sold a painting commission that I got from my aunt. So that was really exciting, my first ever painting that I got to sell. At the end of September, I started Fruits Basket. It is now one of my favorite animes of all time. I love it so much. Toru, Kyo, oh my god, my everything. October, I love Disney a lot, and I love Broadway musicals. One I saw was in 2017. For my birthday, I got to go see Aladdin on Broadway, which, if you don't know, Aladdin is my favorite Disney animated movie. And then in October of this year, we were supposed to see this in May of 2020. So in October of 2021, finally got to see Frozen on Broadway. It is, honestly, it means so much to me. Elsa means so much to me. The whole musical number for Let It Go came on. I was emotional the entire time. We had to wear a mask the entire time. We had to show our vaccination cards or have a negative COVID test within 24 hours until they took as many precautions as possible. It sucks that now Broadway, it seems like, is having to shut down so many shows because of this new variant. Just got back to doing Broadway stuff not that long ago, and now things are getting shut down again. And it's so frustrating and so upsetting. So my heart goes out to all of the people on Broadway. In November, I saw Eternals. It's not great. I'm not the biggest fan of Eternals. Like, I understood the plot. I got the message. Like, it was a great message. I understood what they were going for, but it was just not for me. Got Taylor's version of Red released, which, oh my god, is amazing. All of the songs on there are fantastic. Granted, my favorite ones from, like, Red, the original version, some of them I felt like kind of got, like, screwed up. 22 to me just does not sound as good as the original 2022. I will say, 10-minute version, All Too Well, that fucking slaps. I love it so much. I got my booster shot in November. Me, my mom, and my dad went and got our booster shot on the same day. So I am triple vaccinated. Let's go. I still wear a mask everywhere I go because I like those 4 layers of protection. You feel me? In December, I made calendars again this year and I sold them. I saw Encanto in December. It is now one of my favorite Disney animated films. It's so beautiful. We got a major storm in December. In December, we got a really big storm. Like a lightning storm, thunder, tornadoes touched down. December has been a really freaky month for weather. I saw Spider-Man No Way Home in December, and it is now my favorite Spider-Man film and my 3rd favorite Marvel film. It is amazing. Like, I'm not gonna say any spoilers, but oh my god, it is amazing. Then on Christmas Day, 2 days after the 1-year anniversary of my grandpa passing away, on Christmas Day, after we'd opened all of our presents, we got a phone call that my uncle had passed away. Lost my grandpa 2 days before Christmas last year. This year, the universe was like, hey, we're gonna have your uncle die on Christmas. That was my Christmas. My Christmas was spent having a nice morning opening presents, finding out my uncle passed away, my mom and my dad going to see my aunt, and I spent about 5 hours of Christmas by myself. So that was Christmas. He was a great guy, a wonderful guy, an amazing cook, and so I'm very upset about it. In the last 3 years, 2019, 2020, and now 2021, I've lost 6 people. In 2019, I lost both my grandmas in the span of 2 months. 2020, last year, I lost my grandpa and a good friend of mine in college. They both died from COVID. This year, I lost my great uncle and I lost my uncle. That's how the last 3 years have gone for me. Fucking sucks. So yeah, that was how the year ended for me. I have no expectations for 2022 because who the hell knows? That's been 2021. It wasn't awful, but could have probably been better. So for me, so many great books came out this year. Like, there were so many great debut novels, just so many great series of books that came out this year. We got Marvel content galore compared to what we got, which was nothing in 2020. We got 4 Marvel shows this year, 5 Marvel TV shows. So if 2020 was the year of no Marvel, 2021 was sure the hell the year of all the Marvel, because we got so much Marvel content. One of my goals for 2021 was to focus more on my art, digital art, and I would say that I nailed that goal. And I think taking that time that I did was probably the greatest thing I could have done. It really helped me to grow and strengthen my digital art. My digital art is not perfect by any means. I have a long way to go, but I just think taking this year to focus on that, how I wanted my digital art to go, what I wanted it to look like. I think I did a really good job of taking everything that I absorbed and learned this year and applying it to my own art. You're always growing and you're always learning, and you're never gonna not stop learning and growing. Everything that I learned this year will continue to grow and expand in next year, and I'm very excited to see where my art goes in 2022, in 2023, and beyond. This was really a year of reaction videos for me. I've made a few reaction videos on my channel before to mainly trailer reactions. I've never done show reactions or episode reactions. With all these Marvel shows coming out, I got into, because of WandaVision, I got into watching reaction channels like The Real Rejects and Blind Wave. I really got into watching reaction channels, and in turn, that led me to want to make my own reactions. For like WandaVision, I reacted to the last episode of WandaVision because I knew it was going to be a good one. Reacted to pretty much every episode in Falcon the Winter Soldier, pretty much every episode for Loki, reacted to pretty much every episode of Hawkeye. So I really did a lot of reaction videos this year, which I didn't necessarily plan on doing, but now that I did, I'm kind of glad that I did, and I can't wait to make more reaction videos in the future. This was really the year of me growing my art and really focusing on digital art. If last year was the year of working on painting and getting back into painting, this was the year of digital art for me, and just focusing more on that and honing my skills. And the progress that I've made from something that I drew in March to now December, to me, like, that is fantastic. Like, when I look at my first ever drawing of Scarlet Witch that I made in March to now the Scarlet Witch that I made in December, like, the progress is there. You can see it clear as day. I'm very happy to see my progress, and I can't wait to continue seeing my progress. In 2020, I saw a few movies throughout the year, maybe like only 5 movies total, but really starting in March of 2021 is when I started going more frequently to the movie theater. Movies were starting to come out. Going to the theaters has been one of my favorite things. I'm an introvert and I have social anxiety severely, and I'm a very shy person in general. The one time that I will happily leave my house, besides going to see my friends, is to go to the movie theater. I know a lot of people feel uncomfortable going to the movie theaters now. I get that. I feel more comfortable sitting in a movie theater than going out to the grocery store. I love movie theaters. Being in a big room surrounded by fans and just seeing their experience is one of my favorite things. There's movies that you can watch in a streaming service, and then there's movies that are a big screen movie theater experience only. It was just very exciting to be able to go back to the movies, like, permanently now, and I'm going to continue going to the movies permanently now. I don't care what this status of the world is right now. Movies and theaters are my comfort. Great year for fandom content in general, and a great year for me in terms of pumping out content and all of the amazing drawings that I created this year. I don't have really any goals for 2022 other than just to focus on digital art again, get through the year. That's the biggest thing I can say, is just get through the damn year. Hopefully you had an okay 2021, as okay as it can be with the status of the world. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys with a new video in the next year. Bye guys!